Hello and welcome to another show with your host Miriam Khan at Raise Your Vibes. Today I'm really excited to have a lovely colleague and friend and acquaintance from a while back who I've been desperate to have on my show. And finally, I've managed to get an appointment with him because his schedule is so busy. So I have this amazing artist on my show today. So I'm not going to introduce him. He's going to introduce himself. Here we go. Can you just say your name? No.
Hello, how's everything? My name is Mayyar Aswad. So basically, introduce myself.
Yeah, give people a bit of background about who you are, what you do. Don't get shy.
Okay, I'm not. So, first of all, I don't like labels at all. I don't believe in any label. So the only label I accept for myself, I believe in, it's just being a human because it wasn't a choice. I was born like this.
Right.
But all the rest of labels, it's we choose them. And I don't want to choose any label. So
Brilliant.
Let's start with
Let's start with clear boundaries.
Let's be with a human.
Right.
What I do in life, I'm an artist, interior designer, illustrator, art and creative director.
Wow.
Yeah, I love art.
I love art. This is why we met.
Exactly.
This is why we met a while back. Now, I've known you, not personally, but I've known you, I've been watching you, stalking you, maybe, stalking you in a good way. But I met you about 3 years ago, as we discovered. I thought it was 2 years ago, but you corrected me this morning.
Sure.
And that was at an event where it had some art, exhibitions, it had some artwork there.
Right.
And when I met you the first time, I remember being bowled over by your aura and your vibe, your whole personality. And me being spiritual myself, I was like, who is this guy? Because his energy to me is just like vibing high. It wasn't just your artwork, it was you. But also, and ladies and gentlemen, you can't see him, but I'm going to describe it to you. He has the most stunning eyes, okay? It's making a girl drool here this morning. I am quite lucky to be sat opposite you. He's blushing now.
Yeah.
So you should be able to take a compliment. So when I obviously met you for the first time, and quite obviously and clearly, as you could see, this young gentleman has quite the fan club, as we just heard. So, going back, when I met you, like I said, we were surrounded by quite a lot of other artists as well. There was another individual who's a musician there, and it was amazing to see art, music, literature. I mean, these are things that I'm interested in anyway, intermingling, and sort of like vibing together.
It's like harmony altogether.
Correct. Yeah. And obviously we come under the same umbrella as well,
Sure.
as artists, but in a different category. So since that time, you obviously were, I saw you as I was stalking you, as I said, I've seen you do some amazing murals, and I saw you do some different art space in the sense of taking up space on walls and creating some amazing artwork.
Sure.
And then since then, you've done some other projects as well, more personal projects.
Yeah.
So let's go through those little phases, those, I guess, baby steps, of how you've got to where we are now today with what you're doing.
Well, the first thing that I did, it was very hard, that, as I said, to believe in myself. It was really hard. Because, as a human, sometimes we cannot see how beautiful we are.
Correct.
And how capable we are. And we don't know our worth.
Yeah.
And this is so sad. This is so sad when you don't have the ability to know what you deserve and your worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an important life lesson,
It is.
It's not just artists, it's about us in ourselves. People struggle doing this. Like, for example, if you're trying to do your CV, you're trying to do a personal statement, you're applying for a job. Because this podcast is international. Okay, so we've got listeners from Mexico, from America, from India, from Ireland, we've got them everywhere. So just to put it in context, in our different lives, we don't boost our ego, we don't boost ourselves, and it's hard to be critical. We're negative about ourselves.
Yeah.
So to say how we're positive is not always easy, is it?
It's not. But when you say ego, some people they take it in a bad way.
Correct.
But actually, it could be in a good way.
Correct.
We all do have ego. We should protect our ego. And sometimes to act based on my ego, because this is me, it's me, my ego, it's not someone else's ego.
Yeah.
So I need to protect it, and as I said, to be in a good way.
Yes.
We started from there.
Yeah. And that itself is hard because when I was starting my podcast journey, for example, I said to some close friend, this is what I'm going to do. Are you crazy? Are you stupid? Same when I started my books.
Yeah.
The naysayers, the negative people, and I had to do the whole self-belief of I am important, I am self-worth. This comes to affirmations, believe it or not, which is what I've been doing recently. But it's true. This is not ego. This is respecting, valuing you and your self-belief. So how did you get over those hurdles? What did you personally have to do?
Well, you know, I had to sit with myself, maybe to enjoy my own company, to disconnect from everyone, to go through everything I went through again, over and over again, but in a from a different perspective, you know? Because when you go through something, you are in a specific mindset. You are emotional, you are overthinking, blah, 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 blah. So sometimes, I don't want to say we take our wrong decisions, but we don't think twice about the decision we're making.
Correct.
Yeah. But when you go back later on,
and
through all of this,
self-respect.
and start to analyze it, exactly, you're going to have a self.
Was this during COVID, by any chance? Because obviously we've just come out of a 2-year COVID situation.
Surprisingly, COVID, the 2 years in COVID, it was, I don't know, I want to say, the best 2 years
of your life.
It was very good.
It's sounding like a phrase from Charles Dickens now, isn't it?
Really?
Like the best 2 years, the worst 2 years.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, people didn't.
I enjoyed it.
So why did you enjoy that particular time? What did it mean for you and your creativity when you were self-respecting, introspecting, self-analysing, self-evaluating? Freud isn't there, obviously, at the time.
Yes.
But Carl Jung, maybe some other theorists are.
Look, in COVID, I had plenty of time to go inside of my mind, inside of my head, to analyze everything, to know myself more and more and more, to accept the idea that I'm changing, that it's okay to change, it's okay to lose people, to earn people, to be around people, to khalas, there's no one, it's okay, you have you.
Yes.
Okay, let's now make peace with you.
Yes.
Who are you?
Correct.
Let's define yourself.
These are so important layers.
Yeah.
And you know what? Many people don't do that.
No.
Many people don't do it. Now, I was in an area, I'm not going to name it, but I was in an area of Kuwait that was in lockdown for 5.5 months. And people around me were going loco. For me, it was brilliant. I actually started producing and editing my book. I was like, right, I've got no distractions. It was needed. But some people, they can't cope with their company, you know? I mean, you have your beautiful dog, your beautiful pup that I kept seeing. And I was like, can we explain what Habibi means to people that may not know?
He's my darling, my love. He is my everything.
Yeah. So that is quite important. And that relationship you've got with your animals and yourself, you know, this introspects as well.
You know, I have also a very strong relation, very, very strong relation with my plants. I'm in love with my plants.
That's your nature side.
Oh my God, you know, whenever I go out of my house, I just put meditation music for my plants.
Yeah.
I love them.
This is to do with, you know, this is your spiritual side.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful side of you. And that as well is your connection to nature, to Mother Earth. Like I said to you, this podcast is not just about art, it's about different aspects of different pieces. All of us are part of jigsaw pieces that put us together. You know, so yeah, this is you meditating, your nature, linking into the creator, whatever people's belief are, listening in.
Sure.
You know, it's linking in connectiveness, in synchronicity.
Just being more aware or the universe around you, aware about yourself, what you're feeling right now, what you're going through right now, why you're feeling right now like this, what triggered you.
Yeah.
Let's make peace, just to chill. Everything will be okay. And it's okay to not be okay sometimes.
Yes.
You know? It's okay.
I call it being grumpy.
Exactly. That's nice.
And where I'm from, in Sheffield, we have a little place not far from us where it was called Barnsley. So in Barnsley, we talk like this and we say, don't be an old fart, you know? But we don't quite say it like that. We say it in a stronger thing. But it's true, because sometimes, and this links back to our human being and our moods, you know, that disharmony can cause chaos, you know? You're someone who's positive, thank goodness. We have down days, we all have down days, but that positivity drives us to be, you know, like this bright rainbow, unicorn, whatever you want to call it, we're happy.
Yeah.
You know, yes, we've got a dark side to us, we've got an unhappy side to us, but we're happy in our own space.
Yeah.
And it is good to self-respect and it is good to retrospect, you know, and I think that's beautiful that you did that. Yeah. How did that help the art that you were doing? Did your art change?
my art changed a lot.
Wow. Okay.
A lot. I don't know how to explain it. Really, sometimes I don't have an explanation when it comes to my art because I don't understand my art sometimes.
Okay.
I stopped planning to my art long time ago, more than 2 years maybe, and I just go with the flow. I don't plan anything. For example, it's been a year right now. I didn't paint anything, a personal thing, it's been more than a year maybe.
Wow.
Last night I was sitting on my couch, potato couching, watching TV with my dog.
Potato couching.
Potato couching. This is my favorite position ever.
Well, I think many of us would agree that.
Yeah.
Listen, you need sofa o'clock, yeah, couch o'clock, sofa o'clock, leg stretching o'clock,
Just
chill
melt,
o'clock.
blend in,
We
you know?
need to. Sometimes you need to do that because you need you time, to just switch off.
You know, that's funny. Right now, this year, now I appreciate my me time more than anything else. Before I used to do, no, Mayyar, you have to do this right now.
Yeah.
From 1, for example, to 2, you have to walk your dog, you have to go to the gym, you have to cook, you have. Okay, today I don't feel I want to cook.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to gym. I just want to spend the whole day on the couch, just me, doing nothing.
Correct.
It helps a lot. Even creativity
It is, because
oh my God.
this is the problem in our society. As I've said to you, this podcast I think is more than just talking about me and you. This is talking about like society, and it's talking about different aspects of what's going on. Our whole being is psychoanalyzed. I'm doing a bit more of that as well, as you can tell.
Yeah.
I've done counselling, but I'm doing more psychotherapy aspects. I'm looking at all the psychoanalysis side, and it's interesting how we don't look after ourselves as we should.
No.
And this is what I was saying to you earlier, that we're busy doing me, or doing you, or working for the boss.
Thank you.
And the boss should be us. It should be us. And that couch potato time, no, I wouldn't call it that. That is self-reflection time.
I love this self-reflection time.
Self-reflection time. Pajama day.
Oh, pajama day.
Pajama days.
For me, pajama life. Oh my God.
Or dressing gown days, back in the Victorian era, it would have been pipe and slippers day, and everybody has different ways of dealing with that. Everyone has different ways of respecting that. But you need that time to just switch off, and it allows you to be more creative, because when you're putting your energy into all these different people, you're not putting it into you.
No, it's such a waste of time and energy. Sometimes you have to be selfish. It's nice to be selfish just to protect yourself.
But is it being selfish? Is it being selfish to protect you? Is it selfish to invest in yourself? No, it's not.
It's not.
So all these different aspects, of our self-worth, our self-belief. I'm a massive, like hardcore rap fan. Various other fans as well. But like Ice Cube says, you've got to protect yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yeah.
If you are having chilled out days in your pajamas, and maybe, not to be too rude, you might be butt naked, walking around your house, whatever, you're enjoying that time with yourself. If you are having snacks at a certain time.
You deserve it.
Correct.
Deserve it. We work so hard. We do a lot of things in our everyday, a lot of things. So we need this time. It's my time.
Correct.
I'm gonna cut everyone. Don't talk to me. And you know what I do? I just put a paper on my door. Don't knock the door. I'm not gonna open. I swear to God.
Wow.
Whenever anyone calls me,
That's
I
serious.
just yes.
Apart from your babies, obviously, the pets.
No, my pets.
They're not your pets, but they're your babies. They obviously come first.
Oh my God, I'm so attached to them. I'm
Yeah.
super attached. They help me a lot to go through the hardest phase in my life.
Sure.
Oh my God, really. Last December, it was the hardest month in my whole life. I went through, I thought this is gonna be the end of everything.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you came out the other side.
This experience, it changed me a lot. It made me learn how to say no to people. I don't want to do this, no.
Yeah.
Even to my mom.
Our mental health has suffered big time. And one of the things that I think is beautiful that you brought this topic up, because one of the things I've been doing is trying to address mental health, especially in men, and especially in Arab culture, or in the brown culture, I'm going to call it. Because you won't talk.
No, we won't.
And you
talk.
need a slap.
And do you know why?
Not in a rude way.
Yeah.
Go on.
I know what I think. It's because maybe of the society, education system, the family. We raised up on a very strict way that you cannot be emotional. We cannot talk about our emotions. Love, it's shame, it's weakness, and you're not number one. The community number one. People around you number one. So the
Again, you
kids,
lose that focus.
you
know?
definitely gonna lose that focus. You're gonna lose everything. You're gonna lose your dreams. You're gonna lose your goals. You're gonna live in a guilt feeling all the time.
Yeah.
That I need to do this. I need to support this. I need to be around this. What about you?
Yeah.
You are
You
the
as
person
a
that you're
being.
doing all of this.
Correct.
If you cannot help you, if you're not helping yourself, you would never help people.
Correct.
How do you expect from people to love you if you don't give yourself the love that you deserve?
And how can you do that when you don't love yourself?
Thank you.
That is a big lesson.
Thank you.
Big lesson.
It's so tricky, yet it's so simple. Love should be simple.
But it's not.
It's not.
Love has got so many different boundaries, so many different layers, so many
Why?
different. Because it has. And one of the things, I don't know if you heard some of my podcasts, I've started calling it this: the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful.
Yeah.
And and that is a Clint Eastwood phrase. Obviously, the newly coined one is added by me, but it's true because there is parts of me that are ugly. There are parts of me that are dark. There are parts of me that have been really ugly where I've not learnt my lessons. And in synchronicity mode, I've had to learn the same damn thing again and again and again because the cycle hasn't changed. But also, I have to look at myself in the mirror and go, I am beautiful. I am genuinely beautiful. I look at myself, and those days that you were describing where you're saying couch potato, and I'm saying, no, it's not that. That's when I'm really working on me. I'm stripping those layers off, and I'm really looking at me and saying, I'm labelled by so many people in society, but how am I labelling myself?
Thank you.
What's my self-worth? What's my belief? I am going to go do this. That's what I'm saying to you, that even the things that I'm doing now, I do it for me.
Yeah.
Even recently when I've said, I'm going to go and do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm intrepid, I always have been. I've always had that tenacity to do that. And it scares people in a massive way because they're like, you can't do that. I'm like, yes, I can. Watch me.
Yeah.
Watch me. Several years ago, when I was at university again, as an adult, right? I'm 35, I think I was, or 34, 5, something like this. I was doing my master's in English, and then accidentally I was doing like a PGC cert, which ended up being a master's in special educational needs. And the woman at the education stand said, "You can't do both." I said, "Watch me." And I did. I passed both. We can do whatever we set our mind to.
You know what? Whenever I give a art workshop, or I go on a stage, or I give any kind of class, I tell people 3 words I don't believe in. I cannot, I don't know, or impossible. There's nothing impossible. Our life right now, once upon a time, it was impossible. We were living in a cave. Look
Some
right
people
now.
still are.
Oh yeah.
Some people still are.
Oh, yeah.
He knows what I mean. But they are. They're in a shroud. They're in layers, and they don't necessarily see how that's come about. So let's go back to what you said in December. How did you come out of that? How did you come out of that place? How did your art help you, or to come out the other side? I guess.
Look, at that time, maybe this is the first time in my life that my art didn't help me.
You didn't?
No, at all.
Okay.
That month, I was in Syria. When I was in Syria, this was my first time to go back to Syria after 12 years.
Wow.
It was heartbreaking for me.
Yeah.
So when I came back from there, I lost something there. I lost something about myself there. I thought I lost my art because for a couple of months, for a long time, I couldn't be able to hold a pencil and draw or sketch an eye or a flower. I didn't know how to sketch a flower. So I thought,
It's over.
your art right now, it's not working. So it's not about your art right now. There's something inside of you, you need to fix it right now. You need to.
Heal.
Yeah.
Heal. I mean, fixing, it goes back to the Coldplay song, I will try to fix you. That song years ago, I don't know if you heard it, I used to weep because I can relate to it on many, many freaking levels. And you feel broken,
You do feel
and you feel like there's this glass. When you smash something on the floor, like a glass, say like a glass jar or something, no matter how much you clean that damn floor, right, or yourself, there is that tiny little shard.
Right.
That's the way I think of it. And that tiny little shard we carry around with us as human beings. No matter how many times we go fix ourselves, heal ourselves, there's still that tiny broken piece. And that's what I'm saying to you.
It's always there.
That until we work on self-healing and self-love, and not self-loathing, but self-love, And you have to have the right people around you. That's what I noticed too. That I told you, I divorced. My whole dynamics of the people around me changed. I noticed who's on my side, Team Miriam, and who's not. But also the people that, when I came out the other side of healing, you know, and I'm still healing, I'm still working on that. It's going to be a journey that goes on and on and on. But I'm loving me right now, you know, and I'm attracting more people vibing the same way. Sometimes on an energy I don't want, you know what I mean?
I can relate.
Because it's a case of like, oh, you're looking like a snake, you know, do you want to do, and I'm like, no, not interested. I'm just loving me right now, you know, and they don't understand that. They don't understand that energy. So you have to appreciate that.
They don't understand your boundaries.
Correct.
They don't know, because again, no one told us how to set boundaries.
They don't know what boundaries are.
Oh, what do you mean by boundaries?
Well, they're over the boundaries, and they're so over the boundary, they don't know what it is.
They don't have this in the
Concept.
mindset.
No.
Boundaries is a very important part.
Correct.
I love setting boundaries, even with my family, even with my mom, with my dad, everyone. I like setting boundaries. This is me, don't cross it.
However, what I noticed, I don't know if you do the same, there are people, no matter how much you put those boundaries in and you say that word no, or you say that word yes, or maybe, they will push it and push it and push it. And as patient as you are, there are times when you just have to, I don't know, we turn into Incredible Hulk mode. Have you had that happen to you too?
Oh,
big time. He's hold on a minute, guys. Now his beautiful green eyes have changed concept.
Oh, yeah. When I feel trapped in the corner because of people, I unleash the beast inside of me. Just attack.
Yeah. But you've had to do it because that's also, going back to like psychology and psychoanalysis, is fear of flight. Yeah. You've been pushed into this corner. What are you supposed to do? You either sink or swim. So you're protecting yourself. And it goes back to you. You're seeing your self-worth and you're saying, hey, excuse me, don't treat me like that. Whereas before you would have let them walk all over you.
No,
Right? Am I right?
So right.
Okay, so when we put these boundaries in, even if it's with loved ones, people we love, our families, sometimes our families are the worst, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way.
I totally agree with you with this. I talked about this many times, my friend and even with my family. And it was hard to bring it to my mom to hear this from me. But, you know, for me, the biggest crime happened out of love.
Okay.
And this is how family sometimes they treat us. They can, I'm so sorry to say that, but this is the truth.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can ruin our life out of love.
Yes.
For them, when they take the decisions that I should take, when they decide that you have to study this, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to be a doctor, or blah, 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 blah. But it's not my dream.
Correct.
It's your dream.
Correct.
So right now you're achieving your dream
by pushing it onto you.
Why? Yeah. Why do you want to live double life? Your life and my life. Yeah. Let me live my life. Let me do my mistakes. And this is what I told my mom.
Yeah.
I was the first one in the family to stand out for her. My mom, she's such a wonderful woman. You have to meet her. She's amazing. She's my superhero.
Oh.
She's the one who's.
I hope you're listening.
Yeah. I love her. I love her. I love her more than anything. But yes, she doesn't understand sometimes. No, it's not what I want. It's what you want.
Correct.
Now you're being selfish.
Correct. Sometimes I think also because like even though we're in a different culture and generation, like obviously I'm from the UK, you're from a different country, but the mindset and the concept is the same damn thing. And it doesn't matter whether we're Muslim, Christian, whatever the faith. It's about this whole concept of different generation.
That's so true. They think they're doing the best.
Correct, and we appreciate that. We're not knocking that. We're not knocking that.
Let me do it my own way.
Yeah, let you be a man, you know, and stand on your ground. But it's not easy to go against that tide. It's not, and they see that as rebellion. They see it as disrespectful. You're not.
It's not.
It's not. But this is their concept, you know?
You know, but it depends on you.
Correct.
Yes, it depends on you how you deliver this message.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm proud of you for standing that ground. I'm proud of you for doing that because it's hard.
Yes. When I told you, sometimes you have to make a choice between two things you love the most.
Correct.
This is what I meant. I had to choose.
Yeah.
I had to choose between my art
Yeah.
what I want
Yeah.
and my family.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I told my mom, I'm gonna go out of the house. I need to protect my art.
Yeah.
I need to help myself, so I can help you to understand. And that's what happened. My mom, she didn't like me to be an artist because I'm an engineer, electrical engineer.
This is something I was going to talk to you about
Yeah.
because so you have studied engineering
Oh,
all the
I-
way through.
I
Was that
studied
something you
two-
were pushed into?
I pushed it. Yes.
Right.
My first degree, it was computer science and programming for
Wow.
5 years. After I was in Syria, then the war in Syria happened,
Yeah.
so I couldn't take my degree.
Yeah.
So I went to Jordan to study again from the beginning, electrical engineering. Another 5 years. I was 10 years of my life.
No, you haven't.
This is what I thought that I wasted.
At
But
the
right
time
now,
you
I'm
thought
so glad that I studied engineering.
Yeah.
It was so good. It changed everything in my mind. Now, because as an artist, sometimes I go into my imagination.
Yeah.
I need a wake-up call.
Yeah.
There's no logic side. Engineering helped me to build this logic side in my
Yeah.
head.
Beautiful.
So I have the heart and the brain all together.
Intermingled.
They're synchronous and at the same dancing on the same beat together.
No, it's brilliant because
It's nice.
because you have to have those concepts, and not just that. These are tools. I agree with you that you look at it and you think, why have I wasted it? But you haven't. These are still skills that you've got.
Yeah, true.
So when you had to break that news of I want to be an artist. I mean, were you doing art from when you were a young age, or were you doing it? You were.
I used to sketch since I was a kid. When I say a kid, it was maybe 4 or 5 years old. I
Wow.
love sketching.
Yeah.
And colors, shapes. My mom, she used to call me I'm crazy or a wonderland because I am a wonderland.
You're an amazing wonderland. You're an amazing piece of art in the flesh.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's blushing.
I am a crazy person
But in a beautiful way.
in a very beautiful way.
Yeah, but
a very beautiful way for
look,
me.
don't label yourself as crazy. You can say loco, but again, labels can define you.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be as a teacher and a passionate lover of words. You got to be careful how you label yourself because that's your identity.
Language is a very strong
Oh,
element.
big time.
Oh yeah.
Big time.
You can destroy someone's life with one word.
It's your narrative. That's become the trendy word right now. You know, but what I personally say is I'm loco, but in a good way, in a productive way. You know,
Yes.
so you explain to me how this concept of your art can continue to grow.
So when I was at university, I used to practice art because I studied abroad. So there's no family, there's no one around me. I can paint and sketch as much as I want.
You've got that freedom.
Exactly. I felt like,
So were you hiding what you were doing before?
oh yeah, for a long
Wow.
time.
Wow.
For years I used to hide this. I couldn't talk about it.
That must have been very difficult
Art or being an artist in our region,
in our culture.
in our culture, it's a bad word in the mouth.
Yeah,
It's a very bad word in the mouth.
yeah.
The first thing they're gonna say, how are you gonna make money out of your art?
It's not even just the money. What they mean is how you're going to feed yourself.
Oh, yeah.
How you going to? What it is a cultural thing, and I think it's not just with us brown people. Let's be honest, okay?
Yeah.
It's not just that. I think even people like Van Gogh, I love Salvador Dali to pieces.
Oh my God.
Love Salvador Dali, darling. All these famous artists we've had way back, you know, they have struggled. And again, it was a case of like, do you buy art tools or do you feed yourself?
Yeah.
You know, and correct, there's going to be lots of artists in different realms, different respects, that'll say to you, why are you doing that? I faced the same thing myself. You know, 7 years ago, I gave up an assistant head teacher job in England. I was on a good salary, good position, good whatever. And I said, I resign. And I did it because of principles of things that were happening to me. I was not in a good place. And I said, right, I'm off travelling. And you can imagine the people that said to me, you are freaking stupid. I put my house up for rent. I gave away all my belongings, and I mean all my belongings, to the last little thing, right? There's only a small little box of things that I have in, not storage, in my friend's house. That's it. That's it. Everything that I worked my backside off for, and I'm talking, you know, I worked so hard to be independent on my own, and I'm talking from beautiful, beautiful things like Marks and Spencer, luxury. I had like crockery set that's now like 2,500 dishes, right? And it took me a long time to earn that, to be able to buy that, to give that away. That's not easy.
This is strength.
When I started off with very little as a student,
Yeah.
but I also knew I wasn't going to go back. Do you know what I mean? And it was wrong to keep it
You know,
when
Miriam,
Yes,
That's funny,
dear.
because this is exactly what happened. Really, this is what happened. Like you said, I just took a decision. What
Like
happened?
that.
Okay.
Let's start again.
I finished my degree. I finished everything. So when you study engineering, and there's an exam at the end, you make it to take your degree. Okay, this is the end. You're gonna take your degree. I was sitting on my chair, the exam in front of me. I swear to God, this is what happened. The professor was waiting for me to write my name and start answering the question. I wasn't a nerd. I was so smart. Yani I didn't study. I just depend on my memory.
Yeah.
And it worked all the time. At that day, I asked myself a very, maybe stupid question, maybe smart question, maybe that question was at the right time. Do you really want to be an engineer? Or you don't want to?
God had already answered that for you 5 years before,
No,
5 years after, but you hadn't realised.
My brain, why are you doing right now? Why are you doing
This
this
is
right
torture.
now?
Torture.
Why? I'm at the end. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. Why?
Yeah.
Why waste all this time?
Yeah.
The answer was no. It's not for me. It's for my dad.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me. Never. What do you want to do? What you want to be? I'm an artist. I'm a creative person. I want to translate my creativity. I have a lot of things inside of my heart. People deserve to see it. I deserve to share it with people. I want to change the world. This is what I want.
And you are. You are massively.
You know?
You are massively.
The good thing that later on you realize that it's not your job to change the world.
You have to change you.
Thank you. That's the lesson I learned last year.
You have to change you. However, the ripple effect around you, when you put those boundaries in and you self-respect. I told you this is more than just like art. This is a whole completely different. That's why I call my show Raise Your Vibes. Yeah. Because it's not just one aspect of ourselves. It's not. Art is, and we're getting emotional here. We're getting emotional. It is one of those things, you know, where art and literature and all these different aspects are intermingled. And it's when we put those boundaries in and we love us, we respect us. And these are phases of our life, you know, these are milestones. Think about when a baby's walking and crawling. For us, even in our adulthood, you know, this is what is helping us to grow. Because we're shedding layers.
So true.
You know, and some of them are painful.
Yeah. Oh my God. To go back, to unlock all the closed doors inside of you, all the boxes, it's so hard. It's so hard, but it's so helpful. It helped me a lot.
But you had to go through that because one of the beautiful things that I can see is all about metamorphosis, you know, and that's interesting. I'm just admiring one of the beautiful tattoos he happens to have on him, and it's a butterfly. But think about
You know what is this? It's not a butterfly, by the way. It's a moth.
I thought it was a butterfly.
In my country, they call it a lost spirit. When you lose someone very close to you and you see the moth around you, it means the spirit comes to visit you or to say hi.
See, I visualize that as the stages of metamorphosis you've been through to get to where you are right now. Think about all the different layers that you've had to change and go through, and think about it spiritually and physically in a metaphor. You've been in this cocoon.
Oh, for a long time.
You've been in that cocoon such a long time, and then when you've come out, you've come bright, colourful, loud in a good way. You are bright, colourful, the energy, but you're also vibrating high. You're synchronizing. Yeah. And like I said, I'd been trying to get him on my show for like nearly 2 years now, right? But it is what it is. But when he was ready and when I was ready, we found time, inverted commas.
It was very smooth.
Correct.
It happened smoothly, very fast, yalla, okay, let's do it. We do it.
And boom, we're here. And now he's not going to leave my side, I can tell, you know? Because the energy, I think all of us, we transition through those different phases that we've gone through. When you finally came out as an artist, you know, you're like, hey world, here I am.
Yes, exactly.
How did that feel, and what did you feel from your family? I mean, Mum must have been...
My mom, she took me out of the house. Oh. What I did that exam. I left the university. I didn't take my degree. At the same day, I booked my ticket. The second day, I was in Kuwait. Right. Everyone thought I'm gonna go back. All my friends. For me, deep inside of me, I hear this voice when I was a kid. I hear it again when I was 16, and I'm hearing it right now. You are not an engineer. you gonna be an artist. There's something big waiting for you. I swear I hear this voice all the time. I went back to Kuwait. I went to my mom. I said hi.
This is after the trauma of being kicked out.
Oh yeah. No. It's
No,
before,
before.
way before. When I left Jordan, I came back to Kuwait. I just went to a studio. I signed my contract. It happened in less than a week.
Yeah.
I went to my mom. I'm gonna stay here for good. I'm no longer an engineer. I'm an artist. She was so sad because for her, she put a lot of dreams
Into you.
into me.
But you know, a lot of that is because as parents, as I was saying to you, they exhibit their self-belief, their things that they've given up, their failures, their hopes, their passions. And we do this. It's a generational curse. I admire you because you're like me. You're here to break it. You're here to break that generational curse. And when I say curse, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way.
No.
You're here to break the boundaries. You're here to break the mold. You're here to break the tides. You're here to break the stereotypes. You've got so much pressure on your shoulders.
Actually, it happened. My family, it happened. I was the first one.
Yep.
After me, everyone.
Correct.
Everyone.
You're the pioneer.
They were waiting for anyone to break this curse.
Hallelujah! It's come through.
Exactly. But you know, right now, whenever I have to visit my mom every day or to call her, I have to.
But you know what? You also have to thank her, because if it wasn't for that journey, then we wouldn't have come through that side, you know? So, as we know, we go through those different, spiritual journeys, and we go through different awakenings. And you have stood your ground. Now, when your mum did what she did, we also have to thank her, because we don't realise it at the time.
I'm so grateful.
She gave you strength, which you didn't know you had.
No, at all. Really, until this moment, she's the one who gave me the strength. Whenever I'm down, whenever I feel I'm lost, I just call her. She tells me all the time, you did something no one did in the whole family.
You're intrepid.
You were standing in front of me saying no.
Yeah.
No one has the courage to do that.
Yeah.
And now you're telling me that you feel weak?
No.
Why you are weak?
This is because in the culture we're from, where we're taught, in different cultures across the world, there'll be people relating to this big time. In some respects, you might be seen as defiant, being rude, disrespectful to our families. We're not. What we're doing is we're saying, I am not doing this. I'm not following your narrative. That's the key buzzword at the moment.
It's not something negative.
No.
This is something healthy.
Positive.
It is.
But they don't perceive it like that. They
in a very
see-
respectful way.
Yeah.
No, because I cannot. I cannot. No, we should learn when to say no.
No, and
You-
those,
it's
this
a
is
very
where the
strong
boundaries
word.
come in. So, in regards to our families, especially our mothers, we don't realise it. They are protecting us, they are grounding us, but at the same time, we shouldn't be defiant, but that's how it's perceived when we say the word no. And in reality, our mothers are like protective cubs, and the lionesses. And you, in fact, now, you've become this amazing lion. You're standing in your ground. She's giving you strength.
She does big time. She does.
Yeah. So big shout out to our mamas. Because woo 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 woo. Big shout out to mama bears, because they sometimes are silent. They sometimes are punished, and sometimes they hold on to a lot of pain, and they make sacrifices. And perhaps that's why she was hard on you.
Oh yeah. I would never blame her or blame any mom for anything. No. Because again, it's out of love.
Yes.
And love has different languages,
Correct.
different forms. I don't speak your language, you don't speak my language. I need to learn your language so we can interact using the love.
Yes.
So I cannot judge anyone or any mom or anyone just because I don't understand their love language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an interesting concept as well, because it comes back to that self-worth again, because just as you've established how much you love yourself, something like this happens and it knocks you to the core, knocks your whole system out of balance, And I believe in chakras, I'm into Reiki big time, and I believe in alignment. Not everybody does that's listening, I know that. But when something like that really happens, it's trauma at the time. But from your trauma comes strength.
Oh, yeah.
So you must have learned who your friends were at the time and who weren't as well on that journey, And I think it's beautiful that you've come back to being with your mum again, because you can't forget, you will never forget that situation, but you can forgive.
Exactly. We choose to forgive. It's not for people, it's for ourselves.
Correct.
I'm forgiving because of me. I don't want to spend my whole life holding something on my back or in my heart.
It's a burden.
It is.
It's a burden, sweetheart.
It is.
And it's a burden that you carry, and it's like a shackle, almost
And
like when you
it's unfair.
Yes.
It's unfair.
Yes, and sometimes that shackle is invisible, but we are carrying it like a dead weight, and it is anchored us to the point where we're tied to the ground, we're tied to the floor, wherever it is. We feel like we can't go anywhere, and we can. We're limitless.
True.
We are limitless, but that anchor grinds us, stops us, doesn't let us float. You know, I was homeless at the age of 21, and I had no one. I had people that I thought I could rely on. I had no one. It wasn't the first time. It was the making or breaking of me. At a young age, Muslim in the UK, people after me to try and kill me. Long story. I had to learn the hard damn way. And it gave me resilience. It gave me strength. And even now when I'm in that community, I still have people that call me the black sheep of the family. But you know what? I'm the best sheep of the family.
Thank you. Thank
Because
you.
I'm intrepid and I'm fearless and I've got spunk, as you say, and I don't care, but I'm also not judgmental. Like you, I have a big, massive heart. That heart loves people. But if you do me wrong, like you said, the barrier comes up. You know? And what's interesting is that you see all these different sides of your psyche and your body and the personality, your art, all this creative side that you're talking about. When you're talking about engineering, it was waste. I'm like, no. That was part of your journey. That was part of your grounding. It was part of your steps.
Yes.
Because look at where you're going to now. So now with your art, even though you had that time where you couldn't be productive, but that's because you didn't have the energy.
I appreciate art more. Because I didn't have the chance back then to draw or to talk about my art or to show people art. I start to appreciate it more. Something I didn't have it. I didn't learn it. No one told me how to hold a pencil.
Gift.
It is
It's
a gift.
a gift.
It is a gift. And you know, everyone is an artist. We all do have this inside of us in a different form. We just practice it, we show it in a different form.
Correct.
But we are an artist. Art is love. The love side inside of you, you bring it out using art.
Yeah.
This is how I see it.
Yeah, I love
The
that
art
concept.
could be dancing, writing, eating, sleeping, some like me sometimes.
Yeah, snooze-a-thon time, of course, it's art.
What makes you happy, makes you comfortable, and how you express it. This is art.
It is art. Art is. I mean, at the moment we're in this beautiful hotel lobby that's just got this beautiful stained glass that I'm not into stealing, but if I could take it home, I would. It's just
I'm gonna steal
stunning.
this peacock. Yeah?
Me too. And the peacock is a symbol, you know, of hope and strength. It's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. And this is still art, but people don't perceive it, you know, like that. You know, you're right that art is in different respects, and art is all around us as well. And one of the things that I love about traveling, I don't know about you've mentioned traveling, the art in those places as well is different concept, different history, different timeline, different vibe as well with the artwork. And there's this intermingling too with the interconnectionness, you know?
Yeah.
There are so many people right now in our world that say, you know, there's a war here, there's this happening, and there's this separateness, there's this isolation. But actually, we're all intermingled. We're all interlinked.
We are all connected somehow.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we forget that. We do forget that. And it's
do.
beautiful, you doing what you're doing right now. So you went from a state of not being able to do your art, finding your creativity again. And when you found it again, what did you do with it? So what was your journey then, when you found it again? Thank God.
I'm not gonna lose it.
Yeah.
I took this on my shoulders that I would never lose you again. Whatever they're gonna say, anything gonna happen, I don't care. I'm gonna lose friends, I'm gonna lose family, I'm gonna lose community, society, people I love in my life, but I'm not gonna lose you anymore
lose you.
because you are me. If I'm gonna lose you, I'm losing me. I cannot lose me right now. I cannot.
So what you went through to psychoanalyze, I guess, is
2
you
years.
faced your fear.
Yeah.
You faced your fear because all this time you've been labelled, you know, by so many different people. You didn't label yourself, but you lost yourself.
Yes.
Eminem track, you know, lose yourself before you find yourself. You are, because you're having to strip off the layers and say, who am I? What am I? What am I going to do? And you've come out the other side.
I know sometimes you know who you are, but you don't speak out loud about who you are.
Yeah.
You don't have this courage to tell everyone, this is me. I'm not asking you to accept or to reject, but you should know that I am exist.
Yeah.
This is me.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, creative, talented people in my life. Like yesterday I was sitting with my friend, we were chilling. He's such a creative guy. And a lot of friends like this, but some people, because of the society we live in, they cannot talk about themselves.
They're closed.
They cannot, and I feel so sorry for them. I feel so sorry.
This is fear. This is fear.
It is.
And
I cannot blame them, you know.
It takes a lot of strength and resilience and openness to say, this is who I am. But you know what the big thing is? It's the rejection.
Yeah.
We're so in fear. It's the rejection that is, like I told you, this is deep today. This is deep. I told you.
So
this is deep.
Rejection.
It's the rejection. And it's that rejection that I told you, we carry it around like this heavy burden on our ankle. And it becomes so heavy that we carry it and carry it and carry it around, and we don't realise that it's doing more damage than good. You know? And we don't realise that we need to fly, we need to be free, we need to be open. But the more that we're holding on to that invisible pain and invisible rejection, and half the time it isn't even rejection, but because we've not voiced it, we've not expressed it, how do we know? We already have fear mode. And this is what I'm saying to you about this narrative concept. Because we hold on to that, because we hold on to negativity, what will my parents say? What will my friends say? I don't give a beep. What do I think?
This is what I do right now. Really. You can say whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
I know what I want.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm
right
gonna do
now,
it.
him and I are sat in here in a hotel lobby holding hands, and I don't give a beep.
Oh,
We're getting
yeah.
looked at left, right, and centre
Yeah.
by footballers
People
and
think
whoever's
I'm gonna propose right now.
Yeah, well,
I have to
please
go with my
do.
knee.
Where's the diamond ring? Where's the bling bling? Where's the bling bling? No, listen, you won't be the first one to propose to me, so you're okay. You can get in line.
Go on the list.
And would you blame him? Look how stunning I am.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
beautiful,
Oh,
baby.
you
I'm
are.
beautiful. You know? But this is what I'm saying to you. This is that self-belief, that love, that tenacity and audacity, that intrepidness. That's come from my work of loving me and going through all these layers, stripping them off and slapping them and slapping them and slapping them. And like I told you, there are days when I'm like, I can't get through this. This seems like a huge mountain and I can't climb it. But what I have to remember is I take baby steps.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not staying stagnant. Don't get me wrong, I've been through depression. I've been through various chapters in my life. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because I'm raising not only my vibe, I'm raising the vibe of the people around me. That's why I called it that. That's why I called it that. Because we should be open and we should be honest. But in the society we live in, even in 2022, there are just too many judgmental people. And that's the other fear.
They don't understand or they don't know the difference between being honest, clear, or being rude or mean.
Yes.
They think once you are honest that you are rude.
Yes.
Once you talk about everything you feel,
Yes.
you're mean or you're emotionless. No, how I see it, because this is me.
Yeah.
I don't have filters.
No, I don't.
I don't have to put filters.
I'm also very direct.
Oh, yeah?
And people don't like it.
I know. People, they don't like it. I just don't have filter. I just say what I have to
Yeah.
say when you ask me.
Yeah.
Ask me.
Correct. And I also have this, like, you've probably heard it throughout the podcast. I mean, this is one of the different ones today, but I have this wicked laugh, and it sounds
Wicked
very
laugh.
sinister. You know, it sounds very sinister and evil, but it's not. It's psychedelic, you know. But you have to have that beautiful side. That's what I said to you: the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful.
Yeah.
Because if I don't balance that out, I'm not respecting myself.
True. So
You
true.
know,
So true.
and that's the thing. So many people are living in fear and judgmentality, and that's what something needs to change in our society. I have had people come up to me that I've never met and said to me, you know, and I've said, and, you know, they've told me the problem. I've sat, listened, coached them, counselled them, and listened to them without any judgment, and said advice if they've needed it. And I'm very careful about who I help, if I'm honest with you, because over the years, I've tried to help everyone. You've gone through that as well, where you try to fix people. Like I told you, the Coldplay song.
Yes.
And the person you need to fix is yourself.
Yeah. It's not my mission to fix people.
No, but it was
me.
for a while.
Yeah,
It was for a while.
It was.
Because I couldn't deal and I couldn't face what was sitting in front of me, right? Because it's too traumatic. But it's only when I dealt with that shit that I could face things head on. And even now, there are aspects in my life, there's things that have gone how I didn't want it to go, you know? But I'm in a better place now, coming out of a very, very toxic marriage. And despite how bouncy... It is what it is, you know, but you know, that person, it's a case of like, what don't kill you makes you stronger.
True.
And I realised that marriage needed to take place, because if it didn't, I wouldn't be doing the badass things that I'm doing now. If anything, that marriage empowered me to be greater than I am. And I thank that experience. I thank that. There's some financial aspects of it that I'm not happy about at the moment, but what can I do? I can't change it at the moment. It is what it is. But if it wasn't for that situation, I wouldn't have started writing. I wouldn't have edited my books. I wouldn't have produced my books. I wouldn't have pushed myself to the point where I'm Usain Bolt plus, you know. And I've been on Concorde speed. I started my podcast show. I'm now intermingling and doing various workshops and working across many things, interacting with you. There's a reason. Yeah. But I'm interlinking and I'm pushing myself. Instead of sitting on my bed and crying and weeping like a lost child, and I was.
Oh,
and don't get me wrong, that trauma's still there.
Tell me about it.
Maybe we need tissues.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, from that too, that pain comes relief, but also comes art.
What's bad for your heart is good for your art. I believe in this big time.
Yeah, that's a beautiful quote. Is that yours? Is that your personal quote?
Someone told me this a long time ago.
Yeah.
I was like, in a very dark place, and she came to me, really, if I still remember her. She told me, what's bad for your heart is good for your art.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's been years. It's been more than 15 years, okay? Before 15 years, I was with someone for 5 years in a serious relationship in Syria. Then after the war, I lost this person during the war. After losing this person in war, this was maybe my trauma started from there, and I went through shit for a long time. So she came to me. I'm so grateful that I met this lady. She told me what's bad for your heart is good for your art. And yeah, starting from there.
Because it's allowed you to be creative and grieve in a different way, you know? And for me, it's persevered me and pushed me in different dynamics, and I thank that person. I'm still kicking butt with that person. And there's still parts of me, like I told you before, that analogy of the glass. That glass is shattered in so many different places that still I'm picking out and plucking out pieces that I didn't realise are still there. There's still wounds. However, as I've said before in a different podcast, those wounds make scars. Those scars are part of me. They're part of my war. They're part of my tribe. They're part of my adventure.
So true.
Right? But they're also part of my journey, because without that, I wouldn't have got wisdom. Without that, I wouldn't have learned, you know, and I wouldn't have been able to pass on my growth to others. You're the same. Your art has allowed you to come from being down in the dumps of, is this what I really want? This depression state, this mental health state.
So true.
That you're talking about.
Look, my art, it's between my mental health and what I went through, and between, I want to change the concept of art.
You're definitely doing that.
I want to do revolution when it comes to art, because in art, when you're an artist or when you're a painter, let's say, and you go to art academies to learn how to paint and stuff, they give you a specific movements of art. So you have to follow these movements of art. Movements that I didn't create, someone else created.
There's no freedom.
It's not freedom. Art's supposed to be freedom, and it's not freedom. It's a different kind of hypocrisy, and you're trying to control me. I don't accept this.
I love that, because you're showing this concept again of control and ego and id. And I said to you from day one when I started to have this conversation with you, podcast with you, this is all about psychology and psychoanalysis. This is such a beautiful podcast we're making, believe me. But it's intermingled, because there are now people looking at Carl Jung, for example, and using art therapy, which I'm looking into big time. Maybe that's why we're linking together. You may not know this, I did some volunteering over a year ago No, actually, it'll be 2 years now because a year's passed. But when we had the lockdown, we had certain areas that had come out of lockdown zone. We had certain areas that you couldn't go to, just to put it into context. And a beautiful lady had connected with me and said, by the way, I'm looking for some volunteers. Can you help me? Da, 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 da. I'd seen one of her workshops and I thought, wow, this is amazing. I would love to do it. I've got a very artistic side. But I think that's linked with everything that I do. And I'm one of these people that the more you say to me, I can't do it, I will prove you wrong and I will do it. I'm badass.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And
just give me a challenge.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Off.
So, for example, during my divorce, I've had 2 hip replacements. I've had to learn to walk 8 times in my life. Okay? What don't kill you makes you stronger. Okay? I don't look at it as a disadvantage. I told you, I changed milestones. I chilled things around me. Last year during my divorce, when I came out of the bad side, I learned to go sail. I struggled. I could not get into the boat physically. I struggled to get in because of that left side. There's still limited movement. I don't look at myself as disabled. I was, but now I'm able. You know what I mean? Yes, I've got restrictions. Yes, these things. Even now, when I'm sat with you, I'm having to adjust and move. But that's because I need to. You know, otherwise my hip is saying, "Hey,
you want to lay down?"
No. If I lay down, we'll have even more people queuing up and going, "What's this sexy Sleeping Beauty doing?" You know. So you get a situation where that is a challenge, and I overcame it. The lady that was helping me said, "How about trying like this and trying like this?" We ended up with a young girl sitting with me in the boat just so I could pass my license. I was determined to pass, and there was able-bodied people on that same experience, and I was the one sailing. It taught me that I'm the master of my own ship. Do you get what I'm saying?
Chapeau pas.
which means what for our listeners out there?
It's a French word, you know.
Ooh,
when you greet someone, no, like.
Oh, with the hat.
Oh yeah, with the hat. So because chapeau pas, chapeau, it's the hat. Chapeau pas. And,
ooh, you sound very sexy when you say the French.
you know, I don't speak French.
No, but
I know.
That's
French people, please don't hate me. I love you.
As if anyone could hear you. It's interesting though, isn't it? These different situations push us to do different extremes. When I ended up going to this lady's place, I ended up volunteering there for a year, and I took someone with me, and I just loved it. I would spend all my Saturdays. For me as a teacher, you know, my Saturdays are valuable. That's my time. But I loved being in that creative zone. It helped me through my divorce. It helped my mind. But also, like, the lady was setting up her business in a different place, right? And you're going to have to connect with her. Her and this other gentleman, they are amazing, amazing people here in Kuwait. And what I found was my creativity started to come out again.
Yeah.
And my art started to come out again in different ways. We were doing recycling projects, doing different upscaling projects. And even now when I'm doing stuff at home, I'm like, wow, this part of me, I've kept it hidden. Why? Why did I do that? When I was young, I was creative, like you, everywhere. And again, the same concept of, you shouldn't do that. It's not allowed. You shouldn't do that.
Yes,
you know, that same mentality.
Yes.
Yet they wanted to decorate the house in a particular way.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me. So you come across those barriers, you know? You come across this mindset and concept, and that's something we need to think about. So all these different mindsets and different concepts, you know, we come across some of these barriers in our families, and we have to move across that. We have to move past that. And it's nice that through that volunteering, I was able to look at my different creative side, a bit like what you went through, you know. You've now gone through that stage of developing more art, you know, and an amazing masterpiece is what I'm going to call it, you know, and you still keep yourself humble and say, no, it's not, but it is to me. It is to me. So now I'm seeing through your posts this whole different concepts. I've loved all the different faces you've done.
Right.
They're beautiful.
You've been there from the beginning.
Oh, I've been a #1 fan, baby.
I swear. You've been there from the beginning.
Yeah, watching how you've come through. That's why I said to you, I've been your stalker.
Oh my God.
That's why I said it's interesting to see where your art has developed and grown, and it's your baby. You've given birth to it.
True.
Did you know that? Did you birth this?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
He's lost the baby weight, by the way, people, okay? He's looking good, all right? He's looking like a snack. But seriously, you've birthed this new art, you know?
It is my
and it's
baby.
Beautiful.
It is my baby. Oof.
He's getting emotional now, people. He's glossing over. I think we need to get some Kleenex.
I get emotional so much.
Yeah, that's because you're an empath.
Yes. Yes, I am. I told you I don't have filters. And everything, it just comes to my heart directly, no permission, just to my heart.
Yeah.
I know, it's weird.
And then comes out through your artwork.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're doing the different phases of the faces, and I have loved also, like, you've done different phases of female, male concepts.
Right.
I've loved this very futuristic concept. It reminds me in some respects of Picasso, some respects of like Salvador Dali, who I told you I just totally love. But it's you.
Yeah.
When I look at this, it's you.
Even when I change my style, you can't tell this is me. This is me.
Yeah.
And this is what I do. I keep changing my style. I change my style and 100%. I just flip. I start with realistic. Then I moved to surrealism. But then one line art, cubism, Picasso. Then I'm mixing all together. Then now I'm doing something just only me.
Yeah.
It's me.
It's blending.
But when you look at it, all of it, it's one person. You can't tell. You can't tell. There's one person behind
But these
this.
are different. These are your different dimensions. These are different jigsaw pieces. Going back to what we said earlier.
True.
These
So
jigsaw
true.
pieces are representing you.
So true.
He's having like a psychoanalysis session here today, but in a beautiful way. But it is, these are your phases of your life too. These are your stepping stones of your life.
Pieces of my life.
Yeah, and they represent all the different phases in the journeys that you've had, And like we said earlier, you come out through the dark side to the white side, and the rainbow side, and the beautiful side, the sunshine side. And now you're embracing something completely different, I've seen you now do groups, and I was so proud of you. And I can say that to your face now, but I'm so proud of you. That this whole concept of like art and dine, and I was seeing this already in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and I was like, oh, I want to go that. Why haven't they got that here? Why haven't they got that here? You must have heard me spiritually, because like I was like, I've manifested it, and the dude's doing it. Like, brilliant. My only caveat was I just haven't had chance yet to come and get involved personally. I will, because you've told me that you're going to do some more workshops in August. So VIP package, baby. VIP package.
Oh yeah. Well, I love the concept a lot. The owner of Art and Vine, her name is Dana Canso. She's such a wonderful lady. When you see her, you can understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Her energy, her aura, everything around her.
Yeah.
She's such a human. And she approached me. She told me about her idea and her baby. At the beginning, I wasn't excited, because I don't want to go back to that phase.
Of being controlled.
Teaching, controlled, workshops, someone gonna tell me what to do, what not to do. So I was afraid, I stepped back. Then they kept pushing. She saw something inside of me. I'm so glad she did.
Hallelujah.
Then I started with her. My first exhibition was actually in this hotel where I was sitting right now.
Wow.
My first workshop was here in this hotel.
Wow. Check that out. Check that out for synchronicity.
We took it from there.
What a beautiful
I
journey.
believed in her, she's believing in me, and we're together right now.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That again, I think like you hold on to that fear. I mean, that's the journey I'm on now, where I've been setting up my business. I've been setting it up for 2 years. I've been talking the talk, and I've been doing things for free. I sold that to you. And when I did things for free, it's because it's the right thing to do.
Thank you. Some people, they ask me, even sometimes my mom, why are you doing this for free? Why this for charity?
Yes.
Why are you doing this? What about your art?
Yes.
It makes me feel good. I am who I am to help people.
Correct.
For me, my investment in life is me, but my mission in life to help people. I need to help people. I want to help people.
But don't you see the beauty of what your mum's done there as well?
Oh yeah.
She has flipped 180 from why are you doing this to why are you not embracing. She's been your cheerleader, right?
My mom right now, she's a big support. I was talking to her yesterday. I was down. I was a bit depressed.
God bless you.
Don't forget who you are. Look,
Now you are in a place I didn't imagine you're gonna be there one day. I was fighting you not to be an artist, not to be an artist. Right now I'm so proud of you. Keep going.
Good.
Yeah.
And that's,
I have a good
that's-
people in my life.
That's the interesting thing, that you have to do those things for free because they're the people that are going to give you feedback.
Yeah.
They're the people you're testing it out on. You're a guinea pig in a way, but also they're the people that you want to give that energy to. You're not in the fixing stage. You're not doing it saying, "Oh, love me, love me, love me." No, you're doing it because it's the right thing to do.
It's the right thing to do. Exactly.
And you know, this is also you leaving your legacy. That's the way I look at it. You know,
That's a big
we
word.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful word,
Yeah.
right?
It's a wonderful word.
You are setting the paving stones. When they do your biography, sadly, one day our physical bodies are not going to be here anymore. Our spiritual body is different.
Yeah.
But what legacy are you leaving? Do you get me?
Yeah.
Look where you've started. Have you been with the masses? No. You've given back to the people in your community. You know, I've done this myself, and I think to myself, I've done the right thing. Because you don't give to receive, you give what you can. And you don't do it to gain back, you do it because it's the right thing to do.
That's really nice. You know, I have my own philosophy about this. I don't like to expect things. I don't like expectations. When I do something for you or for anyone in this community, I'm not expecting anything in return. Once I expect, there's disappointment coming. I don't like to be disappointing. So I don't expect. I just do me.
When we do that, we come from ego.
Oh yeah.
Going back to ego.
Oh yeah.
Because there are people in our community, and and there's people in our world that are listening in. There are times when we do things with expectations. When you have the expectations, you then disappoint and fail, and you also lead with ego,
Right.
not from the heart.
It's not from the heart.
And when it's not from the heart, it doesn't go how it's supposed to
Exactly.
go.
If I'm gonna do something for anyone, it has to be from the heart. I'm not
Yeah.
waiting anything in return. Once I'm waiting or I'm expecting something, it's not out of love, it's ego. It's not love.
And it's not going to succeed when
No,
it's like that.
never,
Right?
never.
So this is the beauty. Now, you've now started this beautiful birthing situation. You've given birth to your baby. There's a mama bear, there's a papa bear. You know, let's put it like that. You've given
No.
birth,
It's one man show.
you know, and you've given this whole different dynamic to this. So now you're doing these amazing workshops, and that fear in you that held you back
Yes.
has gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So from that, you've got resilience, I hope, strength.
True.
There's a sparkle back in your eye,
True.
you know?
True.
And it's beautiful to see you more grounded. I'm feeling your energy when you walked in through the door, you know?
You know, I love those workshops a lot. This is my fun part of my life, by the way. I don't like to go to malls and coffee shops or restaurants. Whenever I have a free time, we do these workshops. It's my fun part. It's like my going to the gym, you know?
Yeah.
People, I don't know if people are gonna understand this or no, but this is how I feel every time. When I go to the workshops, maybe there's 30, 50, 70 people sitting in this workshop, okay? They're sitting individually with their own energy. Me, I'm receiving all this energy at the same time. The feeling I can't explain, the feeling I'm having a goosebumps right now. I can feel each and every one of them, how they feel. I can hear them thinking, I can hear their thoughts. It's such a wonderful feeling. It's where all of us, we're connecting. It's so different.
It's
so
because
weird.
you've opened yourself up to be more receptive,
Yes.
and you're embracing your empathy skills, but also from a Reiki point of view, your vibrations change, your shifters change, your
Sure.
concepts change,
Yes.
your third eye.
Oh,
more
yeah.
up.
More
If we're going to be spiritual about this, this is also linking into your art.
Yeah.
Right? So when you're connecting with the people around you, it's synchronicity. These people are meant to be around you. They're your soul tribe. Halas, that
Yeah.
means end of. It's your soul tribe that you're now on. And you are, like me, a warrior. You don't see it in yourself, but you are.
Yeah.
You're a warrior. You've had to go through all these different changes, these battles, these very difficult chapters, these depressing chapters, dark times, to come out to the light.
True.
You know, and
So
you need
true.
to give yourself a big pat on the back, because that's not easy to stand in your ground and say,
it's not
this is me.
It's not easy.
Forget all the other concepts, you know, of all the other obstacles that could come in our life. To be able to sit here and smile back at me A genuine smile, not a fake smile.
No, it's not
A
fake.
beautiful smile.
It's not fake.
No, but you know what I mean? There
I
are
know.
people that will pretend to put that fake face on, you know? And you're enlightened. That's where you've come out. I said to you the first time I saw you and I met you, I read your energy. Forget anything else. I read your energy. And to me, you were this beautiful white light of pureness. And I was attracted to it. Not because I thought, wow, he's handsome, he's got beautiful green eyes, check him out, No, I feel people's energy before anything else. And it's beautiful how I connect with certain people like that. And that's because I meditate a lot. I pray, I'm just in this meditative space. Yeah. And the more I've done Reiki, the more I've done spiritual work, the more I'm connected and grounded. And you're on that same path. You know, but we just do it in different ways.
Right.
You know, and when we're in our creative zone, like you said, you're more connected to the creator.
Yeah.
So when you're feeling all these people, it's your energy, but you have to learn to be grounded, and you have to learn to protect it too, because it's too much sometimes.
It is too much sometimes.
You know, if you think of like characters from X-Men, for example, you know, you've got Charles Xavier, and you think of him hearing all these voices. It's true. You have to learn how to protect your energy and not absorb.
This is so true. We all have these voices in our heads all the time.
You're not schizophrenic, by the way.
No.
Like, quick, get them.
I have a lot. Oh my god.
Get them both, Dr. Phil, get the tablets. No. We're coming from a serious point of view of, we are empaths. I personally, like you, can't do shopping malls. I do shop, of course I do. I have to be in a certain zone to go, because the energy in there for me is toxic, and I absorb it.
The anxiety there,
Yeah. I am a creative person like you, and I feel that energy, and I feel the negativity, and I absorb it without meaning to. And I've had to learn through Reiki how to protect myself.
Yes, this is what I was always telling my friends. I need to know how to protect myself, because I absorb everyone's energy around me in the room, and I don't want to.
No. A lot of it is how we as a human being, and after our podcast is over, I'll teach you some steps, but this is another thing that I'm doing at some point. I'm doing some coaching and mindfulness in different aspects, and this is what I'm saying to you, that I'm leaving that role. I've been trying to leave that role, and I keep getting sucked back in, you know, for various reasons. But like you, I love the fact that you're intrepid. I love the fact that you've gone and done it, and you've come out the other side, and you are mastering yourself. You are mastering yourself in different aspects, and you are bold and you're beautiful about it, you know? And that's the thing that you're looking at, you know? So all these different aspects, all these different dynamics, you know, they make us humble. And when you're an empath, when you're a warrior, when you're someone who's gone through a lot of pain and a lot of torture and a lot of humanity and humility and come out the other side, you will be more absorbent to people's energies. Because like you said, you've worked on yourself. Those couch potato days, as you called it, you know, and I'm just calling it self-reflection, self-analysis, self-critical theory, but also the bold and beautiful self-time, you know, me time. It's also you protecting your vibe, protecting who you are, so that you're not absorbing it like a sponge. And that's not always easy to do as well, you know, because you want things to be creative, you want things to flow. Especially like these people, they're your students, but they're also teaching you at the same time, am I right?
Right.
Okay, so when you started your sessions, how did that feel? Did it feel invigorating? Were you still holding on to fear?
Overwhelming. Every time I feel the same. When I start, I feel I'm losing everything. I can't focus. It's overwhelming. Seeing all the faces looking at me, smiling with their eyes. It's like hypnotizing them. I swear.
Charmer as well.
It makes me feel so good. Once I start, I just go with the flow.
You know, you're reminding me of, I don't know if you know this musician, and a person that was in my life introduced me to this person, Liberace. He was the most flamboyant pianist, and super extravaganza, creative, out of the field, flamboyant, humorous, but also at the same time this wicked personality. And you know, he also had these hidden, talented parts of him, very, very creative. But at the same time, he would just produce this masterpiece like that with his music, you know. And at the same time, he had this dual and hidden part to himself too, you know. But very creative, and like an orchestra, I guess you are putting all these pieces together. Going back to that jigsaw we said, and then you're creating this masterpiece out of it. You know, as a teacher myself, I know sometimes I'm in there telling my kids stuff, and then they're teaching me, and I'm like, huh?
Oh yeah,
You know, like,
it happens a lot, a lot.
So you have to embrace that too.
Yes.
Because some people, again,
I have to accept it.
Correct. Because if you lead with ego,
Oh no, yeah.
and you're like, no, darling,
I
that's
mean,
wrong.
there's a lot of artists and people, they don't accept it. They don't accept it. I have to accept it. For me, we are different. We were born different. So we have different perspective. We see things from different point of views. You have your own methods, I have my own
Yes.
methods. So let's put the ego down
Aside.
and let's meet in the middle right now. Exchange what you have and what I have.
You've made me think of a Lady Gaga lyric, which is "Baby, I was born this way." That just went into my head.
I
I'm
love
a very
her.
I love her too.
I love
I
her.
loved her when she was Stephanie J. Martin Moore.
Yeah.
I know now this is an alter ego that she's created. I get that. I love that concept of her too. But I liked her prior. But again, these are, you know, music again is interconnected because it's all different parts of us.
Yes.
You know. And she very much is like the phoenix, the peacock that we're staring at now. You'd see this different aspect, the different realm that we have, different layers that we have. So, what are you hoping for the future now? So you've started these workshops, which, you know, I'm going to come to, hopefully, when I come back from some travelling. Tell me where you see yourself, if you do, or do you just see a blank canvas, to use an art phrase?
I have a goals. I do have a goals. I have a goal since I was a kid. Since I was a kid. My dream. Okay.
Here we go, folks. This is top secret.
Oh
He's
yeah,
divulging.
yeah.
He's
When I
divulging
was
it.
a kid, maybe around 6 or 5 years old, I saw Mona Lisa for the first time in a book. And my mom, she started telling me about Mona Lisa and Gioconda. Da Vinci painted this painting, and it has a very weird smile. No, she didn't mention the smile. She mentioned that it looks at you wherever you go. This is what she said. When I looked at Mona Lisa, it was wonderful, stunning. But for me, I'm so sorry, Da Vinci.
Yeah, don't roll over in your grave.
It was just Mona Lisa. It was just a lady on a canvas. How can a lady on a canvas be that famous? How art can be out there, very loud, in a museum in the Louvre, alone? This is
and people are flocking to it.
Oh my God!
And even recently, I don't know if you saw recently what,
How many
what the
years?
guy did to the artwork with the cake. Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
So there's this whole, even now we're talking about it, you know, and this is what I said to you about leaving a legacy.
Yes.
He's left a legacy.
He did.
We're in 2022.
So this is what I want. I want to see my pieces in Louvre.
You will.
This is what I want. I can see it in my head. I can see it. I can feel it. I want to be there. I want to have a fingerprint there that everyone has the right to create his own movement, his own fingerprint, his own art, and he can be anywhere he wants. We can. We will.
The thing you're doing now is manifesting. So going back to the spirituality side of us both, you're manifesting it. Whatever you manifest, you're going to put out there. I don't know if you probably have interlinked with these guys. When I moved to Kuwait a couple of years back, there was this amazing yellow festival, which was near the Kuwait Towers, and there was an artist who's now linked to Burger King. I mean, with COVID, lots of things happened, but he was doing like graffiti days and street art days. I'll tell you his name later on because at the minute he's called Mohammed. But obviously Mohammed is a very famous name. But
Everyone's Mohammed here.
Everyone's Mohammed. But he did some amazing, he's proper chill dude. proper chill dude. And I will put the tag in later on when I recall it, but I have to research it. But he was doing this amazing street art and tags and graffiti. And I was like, wow. And even here in Kuwait, I love going and seeing some of the amazing displays that I see. Like in an area called Mishrif, someone sadly has painted over it. I was so upset. I'd gone down to, we call it Jamia here, which is like a co-op. And there was this Looney Tunes wall that was beautiful with Tweety Bird, and it's gone. I was so gutted. The art was just out of this world. But it's a big thing here.
Yeah.
But further down from Mishrif Co-op, the other side, sadly we lost our Emir here, which is His Royal Highness. However, someone has done some beautiful artwork in respect, and it's kids.
Yes.
And it's murals going across the whole walls. I told you,
When
I'm
you go to
into
Kuwait
art.
City, you kind of find a lot of artwork everywhere.
Beautiful ones. Even as you're going under the bridges and the street art.
Everywhere.
I mean, I'm off to America on next Friday. I'm off to Texas, and wherever I go, I will see. And I'm looking forward to a place there called Graffiti World.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to see some of the art that I'm going to discover. And this is what I'm saying to you, that it's interlinked, isn't it? It represents us, our community. You will get your piece in the Louvre. You have to make the stepping stones that you're making now, because you're intermingling. And whoever is listening to him at the moment on this podcast, like I said, it's international. We are going to put, obviously, your Instagram page, anything else that you've got with your artwork on it. We'll put the links on the bio, and people will connect. You never know what you're manifesting. We'll make it happen. You will make it happen.
I hope.
And you know what? The beautiful thing about you is you still stay humble. That's what I love about you. You're not with the ego. You're humble. The Louvre is one. Where's your next plan? So that's number one.
My next plan, I want to create a place that any artist can be themselves, can they experiment themselves, express themselves the way they want to. No rules, no right or wrong, there's nothing. It's an art academy with no rules. Just be you. Tell me what you want, and I'm gonna just support you and assist you. This is my method in teaching. I just assist. I'm not here to teach.
So what you're doing then is coaching, like me.
Yes.
You're coaching, but from an artistic side.
Yeah.
You know, and what you're doing is allowing people to grow. So we will put the details about how people can contact you, because remember, like I keep saying, this is international, this podcast. Don't just think here in Kuwait. Think out
You know, my
the
plan,
box.
Miriam, it's not to be in Kuwait. Kuwait is just a bridge or a phase of my life.
Yes.
I think right now, how I think, this journey in Kuwait, it's reaching the end. This is how I feel deep inside. I can see the end of this journey, and I can see there's another journey. And this is my dream. I don't want to stay here. I think I'm done. There's a lot inside of me, needs to go out.
Yeah, and to the next place.
The next place, exactly.
Yeah, and that's fine. This has been a stepping stone to your next journey.
Yeah.
But it's taught you a lot, culturally, religiously, spiritually, physically, emotionally, personally, on all levels. But also the people you've met in those places.
True.
They're synchronized because they're on the same page as you. Like you, I'm in a stage where I'm also setting up businesses like that, and I'm sure after this podcast we can connect together, because that's also the next step I'm doing.
I would love to.
We will. We'll do pinky promise.
How you do it?
Pinky
Okay. This is my
promise.
first time to do it, you know? No one taught me this.
He's learning the pinky promise.
Oh,
When you
yeah.
do a pinky promise, you have to keep it.
We will keep it.
But at
I
the minute,
promise.
he's trying to steal my gold off that finger. So he's definitely a magpie as well. But it's true. You synchronize, you meet, you start connecting, and it will flow. It will flow and it will manifest. And you know, the ripple effect is it will happen in things you don't expect to happen.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
And that's the beautiful thing about who you connect with. We will put your details on there, and we will see where this leads. And let's do another podcast another time where we reflect. You know, it could be that we do another one and we say, hey, this is what's happening in the meantime. Now, to complete our podcast, you know, I've had amazing listeners listening to us for quite some period of time.
Oh, wow.
And what would you say would be your final message to people listening to you? Is there any final message you want to say?
final message to people.
This is a difficult one, isn't it? To summarize.
It's so
and
difficult.
To reflect.
It's so difficult. Maybe I'm gonna tell them that no one told me this before, and I wish that someone told me that before. To what we said, listen to your heart, listen to the voice inside of you, just follow it. Sometimes it sounds wrong, but deep inside of you, you know this is the right thing to do. Don't be controlled by fear. Okay, I understand. We feel a lot of things, like the past, without the future, but we forget that we are living in the present right now.
Yeah.
So don't waste your time thinking about the past. It's gone. The future, it's flexible. It's based on what you're doing right now.
You have to believe in it.
You have to believe in it. The present is a very, very strong element. We don't see it, we don't feel it, we don't focus on it, you know? We don't live it. We're not living here, we're living here.
Time is a very interesting concept, and again, this is something that I studied at university when I was doing my degree for the first time, I think, and masters as well. Time is linear. Time is respective.
It is.
Time is something, you know, it's one of those situations where it is also valuable, expensive, and it's gone. And, you know, this is the thing. We have to self-respect, we have to retrospect, and we have to put things into concept too. And going back to time, I appreciate the fact that you've made the time after 2 years of trying to track you down as your stalker to finally make that appointment and to see me face to face. Thank you for that. And you know, I'm sure the listeners listening to Raise Your Vibes are very, very appreciative of you doing this.
Thank you for
welcome.
being insisting. Thank you for pushing me to do
for
this.
For bullying you. You mean for bullying? No, insisting. Yeah, it's true, because you have to tell your gift. You have to share your gift with others.
Because I was against sharing anything about this, but I'm so glad that I listened to you when I came today. I'm so glad.
You see, this is where I also see something in someone, and I see that persistence, and I see the life coach in them, but also I see the gift in them that they have, and we need to share it with our world. So thank you for coming to Raise Your Vibes, and thank you for the beautiful podcast we've produced and made. It's been a wonderful journey, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody listening. Would you like to do the same?
Bye, everyone, and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life.
But it's a goodbye for now, but it won't be the last time. We will have him on the show again. And thank you very much for being on the show with Raise Your Vibes. Thank you for tuning in. I will put details about how to get in touch with this beautiful artist and, you know, soulful person and amazing young man. And I'm sure we can interconnect, and hopefully we manifest his art to be where it needs to be and beyond.